Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Join us as we dive into the world of Disastrous Necromancer, where we'll unravel the mysteries of Lin Moyu's quest to become the strongest. From hidden secrets to epic battles, we're here to give you an exclusive look at the story before anyone else. If you're a fan of fantasy, necromancers, or just love a good adventure, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, comment, and share to support the channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a chapter. Let's start the journey.
Don't linger in the teleportation array. Don't linger in the teleportation array. The Human Emperor Network's reminders kept ringing out, and the two of them immediately left the teleportation array, making way for those coming after them. Now, there were still 9 days until the Maple Forest Secret Realm opened, and there were still many people who hadn't arrived yet. No one knows the exact population of the human race, except for the Human Emperor Network itself. There were those who tried to estimate it in the past, but they ended up confusing themselves. Every minute and second, new members of the human race are born, while the elderly pass away. This number fluctuates violently, making it difficult to calculate accurately. Today, Lin Moyu witnessed a part of it. Just the number of cultivators at the God King 5th stage and above was incalculable. This is a powerful race. On the plaza, the teleportation arrays kept operating continuously. In the blink of an eye, thousands more people were teleported over, and the number kept increasing. Luo Feiyu led Lin Moyu to fly into the starry sky, finding a less crowded spot to stop, pointing in one direction and saying, "Over there, about 10,000 kilometers away, is where the Maple Forest Secret Realm is located." Lin Moyu looked over, and that part of the starry sky was quiet, as if there was nothing there. Luo Feiyu continued, 2 days before the Maple Forest Secret Realm officially opens, the Secret Realm will gradually appear, and it will be a magnificent sight to behold. Believe me, the scene is truly spectacular. I've already seen it 5 times, but I still want to see it again. There are actually quite a few people who come just for the grand and magnificent spectacle. Luo Feiyu kept talking non-stop, introducing Lin Moyu to some of the things he knew. For now, only the God Kings have arrived, and only those from the primary area. In 2 more days, the God Kings from the intermediate and advanced areas will also gradually arrive. After that, the God Sovereigns will come as well. Among them will not only be first-stage God Sovereigns, but also those of higher realms. First-stage God Sovereigns can enter the Maple Forest Secret Realm, whether they want to clear it or, like most people, farm Divine City merit points. The higher realm God Sovereigns also want to come and witness this grand spectacle. Lin Moyu became increasingly curious about what kind of grand spectacle it was that could attract even God Sovereigns to come and watch. Moreover, with so many people, the Secret Realm entrance would definitely be completely packed when the time came. As they were talking, at least another 10,000 God Kings arrived in just that short period of time. Each of them was rubbing their fists and palms, their eyes shining with excitement, eager to give it a try. What excited them was not the Secret Realm itself, but the Divine City merit points they could earn by going through it. Lin Moyu watched this scene, thinking to himself, what's in those blood-red maple leaves? The Human Emperor Network is doing this, which is equivalent to infinitely recycling the blood-red maple leaves. It means the blood-red maple leaves must be useful, and their use is not small. This grand event of farming Divine City merit points benefits not only the cultivators but also the Human Emperor Network. Luo Feiyu interrupted Lin Moyu's thoughts, "I have a few friends who have come over. Junior brother Lin, would you like to go and meet them?" He knew that Lin Moyu didn't like crowds, so he asked for Lin Moyu's opinion first. As he expected, Lin Moyu didn't show much interest. Luo Feiyu could only go and catch up with his friends by himself, while Lin Moyu waited alone. His gaze fell on the location of the Secret Realm, which looked like an empty void, with nothing there. But when he got closer, he immediately received a warning from the Human Emperor Network, not allowing him to approach. It looked like there were no restrictions in the starry sky, but the Human Emperor Network had already set up invisible shackles. Just a moment ago, Lin Moyu had felt several wills locking onto him. In the pitch-black void, there were powerful beings hidden. At least high-level God Sovereigns, and more than one. With them present, there was no need for any defense here. Lin Moyu even suspected that experts from the Beyond Realm might also come. After all, the opening of a special secret realm was no small matter, worthy of the Talisman Sovereign himself passing on the message. The Talisman Sovereign's words were very clear. He hoped that Lin Moyu could clear the Maple Forest Secret Realm. However, he didn't force it, leaving the decision entirely up to Lin Moyu. From the side, it also implied that in the eyes of those great experts, Lin Moyu's life might be more important than clearing the secret realm. Returning to the waiting area, Lin Moyu moved away from the crowd and sat down cross-legged. He continued to check the information on the Maple Forest Secret Realm in the Secret Realm Strategy Group, as well as the information from the Human Emperor Network. The Human Emperor Network didn't have much information on the Maple Forest Secret Realm, and basically none of it was useful. Most of it was just about how to efficiently farm Divine City merit points. Some of the information even required merit points to purchase, but the content was essentially the same, teaching people how to farm Divine City merit points and how to maximize their benefits. Compared to the mixed information from the Human Emperor Network, the information from the Secret Realm Strategy Group was much more reliable. This time, Lin Moyu read it very carefully. The information contained details about the various poisonous insects and beasts in the Maple Forest Secret Realm. Which insects were the most dangerous, and which were relatively safe. What details to pay attention to in the Secret Realm, and so on, were all described. These were the experiences of predecessors, which Lin Moyu recorded and compared comprehensively. At the same time, he also checked some of the information on the other two special secret realms. The other two special secret realms were the Volcano Secret Realm and the Megalith Secret Realm. Although the three special secret realms didn't have much connection, Lin Moyu was well aware that they came from the same ancient talisman, so there should be some relation between them. Gradually, Lin Moyu frowned. This ancient talisman, why does it all seem to be related to plants and animals? Poison bees, golden light, black rain, maple forest, and some other secret realms, the things that evolved inside all have a certain similarity. It's as if. His eyes flickered with light, and his tone became more certain, it's as if it's a complete world. Lin Moyu was now more than 70% confident that this massive ancient talisman had evolved into a world within it. No matter how it had shattered, and how each fragment of the ancient talisman had evolved into an independent secret realm, there were still traces to follow. Lin Moyu connected all this information, ultimately arriving at this answer. The ancient talisman had evolved into a complete world, and after it shattered, each fragment of the ancient talisman actually evolved into a part of that world. They all inherited the will of the ancient talisman. Although knowing this didn't help much with the secret realm strategies, it would have a profound impact on Lin Moyu's study of the ancient talisman, and even his future mastery of it. Lin Moyu seemed to vaguely understand something, but also felt like he didn't understand anything at all. As the time for the secret realm to open drew nearer, more and more people arrived at this place. 5 days before the secret realm opened, the first god sovereigns finally arrived. The god sovereigns also came through the teleportation array, as this part of the starry sky had been sealed off by the Human Emperor Network, leaving no other way in except through the teleportation array. By now, the number of god kings had exceeded 500 million. 500 million god kings stood in the starry sky, their auras rolling, causing visible distortions in space itself. Lin Moyu had already moved away from his original position, retreating thousands of miles further away. There were too many people, and he could only find peace by moving far away. The first 5 days were the stage for the god kings. One by one, the god kings, with extraordinary bearing, stood in the starry sky. Some god kings had an imposing aura, very flamboyant. Especially some geniuses who had already reached the minor god sovereign level, they were like stars in the crowd, easily noticeable. Each of these individuals was a dragon among men, making it hard for others to look directly at them. They carried an air of arrogance, surrounded by many followers. It is natural for many people to cling to the strong, and there is nothing wrong with that. These people did not hide their identities, most of them came from the intermediate and advanced areas. Compared to them, the minor god sovereigns from the primary area were much inferior. After catching up with old friends, Luo Feiyu returned to Lin Moyu's side and watched the scene with him. He couldn't help but sigh. Every time a special secret realm opens, I can feel the strength of our human race. There are countless races in the great world, and many strong ones, but few can mobilize millions of god kings like the human race. Luo Feiyu was telling the truth. Although the human race was just one of the strong races, in terms of overall strength, few races could compare to the human race. Even in ancient times, it took a coalition of 200 races to attempt to destroy the human race. Even in such a situation, the human race did not fall in one blow but held on for hundreds of years. The foundation of the human race is something other races cannot imagine. 5 million god kings, from which many god sovereigns can emerge. Moreover, the 5 million god kings are not all there are. There are also god kings in the 4 major star domains, and many who have not come. 5 million god kings are just a small part. Luo Feiyu pointed to a person in the distance. His name is Wang Dang, a minor god sovereign from the advanced area. 30 years ago, he fought a god sovereign from the demon race and won. Although he didn't kill the opponent, he severely injured him. Lin Moyu followed Luo Feiyu's direction and saw Wang Dang. Wang Dang was dressed in a plain white robe, without any decoration, but it matched his temperament, noble and aloof. Seemingly sensing Lin Moyu's gaze, Wang Dang turned to look. Their eyes met, and Lin Moyu nodded slightly, as a greeting. Wang Dang's expression changed slightly. Lin Moyu's gaze felt like affirmation, or even encouragement. It felt like an elder looking at a junior. But Lin Moyu was only at the 6th stage of the God King realm. A little guy at the 6th stage of the God King realm dared to look at him like that, making Wang Dang slightly displeased. What kind of look is that? It's so annoying. At this moment, Lin Moyu had already looked away, following Luo Feiyu's direction to look elsewhere. Luo Feiyu pointed to a woman not far away. Her name is Mu Shang, known as Princess Shang, from a major sect in the advanced area. Princess Shang, like Wang Dang, is a top genius, capable of competing with god sovereigns. Princess Shang stood alone, like a proud peony, standing out from the world. She exuded a sharp sword aura. This peony had thorns. Princess Shang sensed Lin Moyu's gaze and also turned to look. Lin Moyu's eyes were moist, and he nodded slightly in greeting. Princess Shang frowned slightly, feeling the same as Wang Dang. It was a feeling of being affirmed by an elder, which made her somewhat displeased. This guy's gaze is really annoying. However, she couldn't directly get angry, so she just remembered Lin Moyu firmly. Luo Feiyu introduced a few more people to Lin Moyu, all minor god sovereigns and top geniuses. These people were all stronger than Dongfang Zi, whom they had seen during the 4-star domain competition. But compared to Xiao Sheng. After comparing, Lin Moyu still felt that Xiao Sheng was better. Xiao Sheng could reverse slay a god sovereign while being a minor god sovereign. His level of genius was top-notch among the human race, otherwise, he wouldn't have earned the title of Star of the Human Race. Xiao Sheng's fame was not only known in the 4 major star domains but also in the Divine City. After all, Xiao Sheng was originally from the Divine City. 5 days later, the god sovereigns began to appear. The powerful pressure from the god sovereigns made many god kings feel oppressed. God kings and god sovereigns are fundamentally different levels, with a huge gap. Fortunately, after the god sovereigns arrived, they immediately moved away. People are divided into groups, and god sovereigns generally do not interact much with god kings. Even top geniuses like Wang Dang or Princess Shang were not worth associating with for the god sovereigns. Lin Moyu noticed that although most of the arriving god sovereigns were at the 1st stage, many of them had auras stronger than the 1st stage. Among the god sovereigns, there were also ordinary and genius distinctions. A genius minor god sovereign like Wang Dang could only compare to an ordinary 1st stage god sovereign. There was still a gap with those who were geniuses even among the god sovereigns. After all, they were also geniuses when they were minor god sovereigns. One by one, the god sovereigns arrived, and the number of god kings continued to increase. According to Luo Feiyu, the last time the Maple Forest Secret Realm opened, nearly 7 million god kings came, and over 100,000 god sovereigns. This time, it would likely be even more. The arrival of the god sovereigns stole the spotlight from the minor god sovereigns, attracting a lot of attention. Only a few people remained unaffected. 3 days before the secret realm opened, a burly man appeared in the teleportation array, and a powerful aura burst out from it. Although he was a 1st stage god sovereign, his aura was so strong that it instantly overshadowed all the previous god sovereigns. Even those at the 2nd or 3rd stage of the god sovereign realm couldn't match his aura. Almost everyone present, millions of eyes, focused on the newcomer. It's Xiao Sheng. Heavens, Xiao Sheng is back. The star of the human race, Xiao Sheng, has returned after more than 100 years. What a terrifying aura, so strong. Xiao Sheng's appearance told everyone that even among god sovereigns, there were vast differences. Xiao Sheng stood in the teleportation array, his gaze sweeping across the crowd. His gaze was like a sharp blade, making those he looked at feel pain all over. Xiao Sheng was as high profile as ever, seemingly unaware of what it meant to keep a low profile. He was telling everyone that he could suppress them with one hand. Luo Feiyu swallowed. This is Xiao Sheng, a terrifying person. Being able to reverse slay a god sovereign as a minor god sovereign, there are few like him in the human race. He suddenly thought of Lin Moyu, who seemed even more powerful than Xiao Sheng. Lin Moyu also looked at Xiao Sheng, smiling lightly. Senior brother Xiao is still the same. In the strange land, Xiao Sheng had been somewhat desolate, filled with melancholy. At that time, Lin Moyu felt that Xiao Sheng was proud and domineering, but his pride and dominance were buried deep inside. Like a broken battle blade, hidden in its sheath. Now the battle blade was restored, sharp and domineering, and Xiao Sheng had returned. Xiao Sheng's gaze swept across the crowd, and no one dared to meet his eyes. Even Wang Dang and Princess Xiang had to avoid his sharp gaze. Suddenly, Xiao Sheng's gaze locked onto Lin Moyu, and he grinned, rushing over. Wang Dang sneered inwardly, it must be that guy's gaze that annoyed Xiao Sheng. He's probably going to get taught a lesson by Xiao Sheng. Princess Xiang also whispered, serves him right, his gaze is indeed annoying. Not only them, but almost everyone who had been affirmed by Lin Moyu's gaze had similar thoughts. In their eyes, Xiao Sheng rushed to Lin Moyu and laughed heartily, Brother Lin, I knew you would be here. From the moment Xiao Sheng appeared, he became the focus of everyone's attention. Lin. As the star of the human race who returned as a god sovereign, how could he not attract attention? His appearance overshadowed all other god sovereigns, let alone the minor god sovereigns. All pride was insignificant in front of Xiao Sheng. A god king at the 9th stage who could battle a god sovereign, a minor god sovereign who could slay a god sovereign, was not just talk. Many people wanted to surpass him, to replace him as the second star of the human race. There were so many talents in the human race, but no one could achieve this. Only the recently famous Lin Moyu, known as the Second War God, had the qualifications to be compared with Xiao Sheng. At this moment, Xiao Sheng's greeting to Lin Moyu once again drew everyone's attention to Lin Moyu. Wang Dang, Mu Shang, and others who thought they would see Lin Moyu get humiliated felt like they had been slapped in the face instead. Lin Moyu smiled and said, Congratulations, senior brother Xiao, on becoming a god sovereign and returning as a king. Xiao Sheng waved his hand dismissively, King my foot, with you here, I can at most be number 2. Lin Moyu smiled, neither confirming nor denying it. Xiao Sheng's words caused an uproar. Xiao Sheng actually said he was not as good as Lin Moyu. Who is this guy? Xiao Sheng actually admits he's not as good as him. I know Xiao Sheng's character, he doesn't submit to anyone. How could he submit to a god king? Who is this person? A god king at the 6th stage, with the surname Lin. Could it be Lin Moyu? No one present was a fool, they immediately guessed Lin Moyu's identity. Currently, in the Divine City, Lin Moyu was the most prominent figure, with the greatest fame, having cleared 3 secret realms consecutively. Clearing secret realms requires not only top-notch wisdom and extreme meticulousness but also absolute combat power. A top genius like Lin Moyu definitely had the ability to fight across levels. If he was indeed Lin Moyu, a 6th stage God King, his real combat power might reach the 9th stage of the God King, or even the minor god sovereign level. But if someone said Lin Moyu now had combat power comparable to a god sovereign, almost no one would believe it. Someone seemed to understand and said to themselves, Xiao Sheng must mean that in terms of clearing secret realms, he is not as good as Lin Moyu. That must be it, Lin Moyu is indeed a top genius in clearing secret realms. In the history of the human race, no one has ever cleared 3 secret realms consecutively. You have to admit it. Everyone's imagination is limited, and they always start from their own understanding. Things beyond their understanding are often not believed. Their voices didn't matter, Lin Moyu didn't care at all. Xiao Sheng waved his hand, and countless heads appeared in the starry sky, a bloody smell instantly spreading. The heads were dead, but the pressure remained. The powerful pressure made people involuntarily retreat. These are the heads of god sovereigns. There are heads of god sovereigns from various races. Xiao Sheng actually killed so many god sovereigns. This guy is terrifying. Xiao Sheng's combat power has reached such a level, killing god sovereigns like slaughtering dogs? He killed so many god sovereigns and brought their heads back. What's he planning to do? Amid countless discussions, Xiao Sheng said, Brother Lin, this is what I promised you, 100 heads of god sovereigns. Among them, 92 are 1st stage god sovereigns, and 8 are 2nd stage god sovereigns. I originally wanted to find a 3rd stage god sovereign, but that guy ran too fast, and I couldn't catch up. Xiao Sheng said casually, as if it was no big deal. Lin Moyu smiled, Senior brother Xiao, you are thoughtful. Xiao Sheng waved his hand, you saved my life. Without you, I would have died long ago. This is nothing. In the future, if you need anything, just say the word, and I, Xiao Sheng, will do it without hesitation. Lin Moyu smiled slightly, all right, I won't be polite with you, Senior brother Xiao. With that, he unceremoniously waved his hand, collecting all the god sovereign heads. To others, the heads of god sovereigns were not very useful except for refining. But to him, each god sovereign head was equivalent to a full force strike from a god sovereign, even stronger than a full force strike when they were alive. Although these 100 god sovereign heads came a bit late for Lin Moyu and were not as useful as before, they were still better than nothing. Lin Moyu liked Xiao Sheng's straightforward and reliable character. Xiao Sheng's words caused another uproar, and before they could recover from the previous shock, they were stunned again. Lin Moyu actually saved Xiao Sheng. Xiao Sheng almost died, no wonder he hasn't appeared in recent years. So Lin Moyu saved Xiao Sheng's life. No wonder Xiao Sheng is so polite to Lin Moyu. At this moment, the teleportation ray lit up again, and a sword aura shot into the sky. The sword aura condensed into a cyan long sword in the starry sky. The long sword was ancient and exuded a terrifying sword intent. Everyone who saw the long sword felt as if they had been stabbed, feeling pain from their soul to their skin. Changjin Wangu, it's the Changjin God Sovereign. The Changjin God Sovereign also came. I didn't expect the Maple Forest secret realm to attract him. It's said that the Changjin God Sovereign practices an ancient inheritance with great power. When he was at the 9th stage of the God King realm, he dared to fight God Sovereigns, not inferior to Xiao Sheng. The Changjin God Sovereign once chased a God Sovereign of the Golden Eagle clan when he was a minor God Sovereign. If the Golden Eagle God Sovereign hadn't escaped quickly, he would have been killed. The Changjin Taoist was older than Xiao Sheng, and although he didn't have the title of Star of the Human Race, his fame and strength were not inferior to Xiao Sheng. However, the Changjin Taoist had always been active on the battlefield, focusing on swordsmanship, straightforward and direct, not suitable for clearing secret realms. Unexpectedly, he also came this time. A figure slowly appeared above the Changjin. The Changjin Taoist, dressed in a cyan robe, looked like an immortal, with unparalleled elegance. He and Xiao Sheng were two extremes, one wild and rough, the other elegant and extraordinary. The Changjin Taoist held a wine gourd, pouring himself a drink, and said loudly, "Eternal night, the Changjin sings. Brother Lin, long time no see." With that, he turned into a cyan light and instantly appeared in front of Lin Moyu. "Brother Lin, I knew you would come, and you did." Lin Moyu smiled and cupped his hands. "Greetings, Changjin God Sovereign." The Changjin Taoist snorted, "What God Sovereign? Without you, I wouldn't be here today. If you consider me a brother, call me brother. If not, don't bother with me in the future." Lin Moyu was helpless. The Changjin Taoist's temper hadn't changed at all. With the words said to this extent, what else could he say? All right, I greet you, brother Changjin." The Changjin Taoist drank his wine. "That's more like it." Xiao Sheng said, "Brother Lin, you can't favor one over the other." Lin Moyu was helpless and had to acknowledge another brother. He didn't know what kind of day it was, but he suddenly gained two older brothers. The Changjin Taoist and Lin Moyu chatted, while the others were completely stunned. What does he mean by, "Without you, I wouldn't be here today"? What did Lin Moyu do? From the words, it seems Lin Moyu did a great favor for the Changjin God Sovereign, a significant one. At least a favor for achieving the Tao. Without Lin Moyu, the Changjin God Sovereign wouldn't have reached his current achievements. What is Lin Moyu's background? I'm really curious. Not only the God Kings but also the God Sovereigns were curious. Unfortunately, the Human Emperor Network had completely blocked Lin Moyu's information, and no one could see it. This curiosity could only be kept in their hearts. Lin Moyu, Xiao Sheng, and the Changjin Taoist talked casually as if no one else was around. They even set up a wine table in the starry sky. Luo Feiyu didn't have a chance to interject, but he brought out wine and dishes. Soon, everyone became familiar, and Luo Feiyu could join the conversation. The crowd finally recovered from the repeated shocks. Those who had previously been affirmed by Lin Moyu's gaze suddenly felt that Lin Moyu's affirmation seemed like an honor. After all, even people like Xiao Sheng and the Changjin Taoist were eager to call Lin Moyu a brother. Being called brother by Lin Moyu seemed like they had gained a great advantage. This also showed how high Lin Moyu's vision was. Being affirmed by Lin Moyu was actually an honor. More than one person had this thought, which was quite strange but arose naturally. As the day for the secret realm to open drew nearer, fewer and fewer people were being teleported in. Xiao Sheng said, "Those who should come have come. The secret realm will open in just a few days." The Changjin Taoist's gaze swept towards the location of the secret realm. "It's almost time. Those guys have already started setting up formations." In the void surrounding the secret realm, warships appeared one by one. Each one was a warship of the God Sovereign realm, not too many or too few, exactly 1,000. The 1,000 warships formed a special formation, connecting with each other. The immense energy formed a large net, enveloping a part of the void. At the center of the large net was the location of the secret realm. Lin Moyu said, "Why do they need to set up a formation?" Lin Moyu saw the purpose of the large formation. It was basically a suppression formation to prevent things from coming out. Xiao Sheng explained, every time a special secret realm appears, it's like a black hole exploding, spewing out terrifying power. This power is enough to kill ordinary god sovereigns and turn billions of miles of void into a wasteland. Moreover, this impact force will continue to spread outward, disrupting the laws and stirring up a large area, affecting cultivation. So every time, they have to set up a formation to block that impact force. The Qingjian Taoist continued after Xiao Sheng, it's impossible to block it all, at most it can just reduce the impact to the minimum. Xiao Sheng said, indeed, the power of ancient talismans is truly terrifying. No wonder those great figures are so eager to study ancient talismans. Xiao Sheng's status and position were different, so he knew more information. Many god sovereigns knew that above the god sovereign realm, there were truly great figures. But they didn't know that those great figures were called the Beyond Realm, and they couldn't possibly know what those great figures were pursuing. Xiao Sheng said this quietly, not letting it spread. The Qingjian Taoist naturally also understood, drinking his wine, ancient talismans are just one aspect. The events that occurred in ancient times are also of utmost importance. Xiao Sheng showed a strange expression, I can understand studying ancient talismans, but the events of ancient times happened countless years ago. What's the point of studying them? The Qingjian Taoist said, the great ones must have their own thoughts. If you want to know, go ask them. How do you know I haven't asked before? Xiao Sheng poured himself a drink, looking like he had indeed asked before. The Qingjian Taoist looked at him with a smile, so, what was the answer? Xiao Sheng snorted, no answer. The old guy the first asked didn't know either. The Qingjian Taoist laughed heartily, then what are you talking about? Xiao Sheng looked displeased, can't I just talk about it? The Qingjian Taoist said, there's still some time left. Why don't you share what you know, so we can broaden our horizons? All right, I'll share. Xiao Sheng didn't refuse and immediately started talking at length. In fact, he didn't know much about the ancient secrets, and couldn't compare to Lin Moyu. But the Qingjian Taoist felt his horizons were broadened by listening. Luo Feiyu remained silent, dutifully pouring wine for the three of them. On the surface, he appeared calm, but his heart was in turmoil. Oh my, am I really allowed to hear this? Great figures above the god sovereign realm, ancient secrets, ancient talismans. Heavens, what am I hearing? Will I be silenced? If Lin Moyu knew his thoughts, he would only tell him that he was overthinking. These things were just superficial, and even if he knew them, it wouldn't matter. The true intentions of the human race's higher-ups could only be known after reaching the corresponding level. Just as those in the Beyond Realm couldn't see the severed divine path, they also wouldn't know that there were once holy venerables who stepped onto the divine path and went to an unknown destination. Boom! A sound like an explosion resounded in everyone's soul world. The calm starry sky suddenly twisted like ocean waves. Space was bent, and the entire starry sky shook. Under this shaking, many god kings who were here for the first time felt disoriented, and many showed panic on their faces. But those with experience remained very calm. Every time the secret realm opened, they had to experience this scene. Xiao Sheng said, it's about to explode. A brilliant spectacle is about to begin. Let's call it the most beautiful fireworks in the starry sky. The Qingjian Taoist laughed lightly, the most beautiful fireworks, well said. Let's enjoy it together. Lin Moyu turned his gaze towards the location of the secret realm. In the silent, dark starry sky, a point of light appeared. The point of light gradually became brighter, growing brighter and brighter. In just 1 minute, the brightness of the point of light had already surpassed that of a star, and it was still rapidly increasing. It was like an extremely compressed star, with sharp and heavy light. After being compressed to the limit, the point of light suddenly exploded, and the starry sky became dark again. The calm before the storm lasted less than a second. Then, extremely bright light appeared from the depths of the starry sky. Boom! The intense sound shook the soul, and the entire starry sky shook violently. The space around the secret realm instantly collapsed. Space was like a piece of paper that had been blown open with a large hole. Countless rays of light burst out from within, shooting outward. These rays were no longer light but true blades, carrying chaotic power. Wherever they reached, the laws ceased to exist, and everything became chaotic. Lin Moyu could clearly sense the power within the rays of light. It's the power of rules. It's the power of rules evolved from ancient talismans, changing the laws and causing everything to become chaotic. Clearly, the vast majority of people didn't understand what the power of rules meant. They could only see the chaos on the surface but couldn't see the essence of the chaos. Even Xiao Sheng and the Qingjian Taoist couldn't see it clearly. Among all those present, very few could see the essence. A large net appeared in the starry sky. The 1,000 god sovereign warships had already set up a vast net. The formation unfolded, blocking the rays of light shooting out, preventing them from affecting a larger area. The rays of light were like blades, constantly striking the formation. The 1,000 warships simultaneously exerted force, confronting the rays. The net formation woven by the formation twisted and deformed, enduring immense pressure. The rays of light collided with the formation, creating beautiful colors and an indescribable brilliance. Each collision was a violent explosion, like fireworks blooming in the starry sky. Each firework had a diameter of over 10,000 miles, with myriad colors and indescribable brilliance, just as Xiao Sheng had said, the most beautiful fireworks. The formation was very strong. Under the continuous impact of the rays of light, it didn't break but persisted stubbornly. However, it couldn't block all the rays of light, and some still leaked out, stirring up a large area into chaos. In this area, the laws became a jumbled mess, making it impossible to cultivate or comprehend the laws. Lin Moyu opened the eye of the soul and saw that the originally orderly lines of laws had become intertwined like a tangled knot. Fortunately, the formation blocked most of it, and the chaos didn't affect too large an area. At this moment, Xiao Sheng spoke, "Even more beautiful things are coming." As Xiao Sheng's words fell, all the light suddenly contracted and disappeared in an instant. Lin. Immediately afterward, an even more violent explosion occurred. A thunderous sound echoed in everyone's soul world, and many people cried out in pain. This explosion was incredibly muffled, as if it came from the deepest part of the starry sky. Space collapsed again, shattering like glass into fragments. At this moment, Lin Moyu seemed to see a complex ancient talisman. The ancient talisman flashed by, followed by the terrifying power of rules spreading outward. Lin Moyu could sense the power of the rules, but others could not. Most people didn't even see the ancient talisman flash by. In the eyes of others, they saw a light cluster composed of thousands of colors. The colors on the light cluster layered upon each other, and the light cluster instantly expanded, becoming several times larger than an ordinary star in the blink of an eye. The light cluster directly collided with the formation, causing the formation to twist astonishingly. Blocked by the formation, the light cluster could not continue to expand. But its power continued to accumulate, growing stronger and stronger, and its light became increasingly intense. Unable to expand outward, the power could only compress inward. In just a few seconds, it became a terrifying object accumulating immense energy. Lin Moyu felt that if it exploded, it could flatten several star systems. Its energy had accumulated to a terrifying level. Even if he faced such an explosion, he would likely die instantly, with no chance of survival. If not for the formation blocking it, allowing the light cluster to explode freely, none of the cultivators here would survive. No matter how talented or powerful, in the face of absolute power, it was meaningless. Lin Moyu even worried whether the god-sovereign warships and the formation could hold. The light cluster finally reached its limit and exploded completely. Another earth-shattering explosion occurred, and the starry sky within the formation was utterly destroyed. Energy turbulence roared out from beneath the surface of space. The energy turbulence presented a strange and beautiful color, intertwining with the light cluster in the explosion, becoming incredibly beautiful. This beauty reached the soul, mesmerizing everyone. Almost everyone present, whether God King or God Sovereign, showed a look of fascination, quietly admiring this splendid scene. Even Xiao Sheng and the Qingzhen Taoist were the same at this moment. The entire starry sky became incredibly silent, with nearly 10 million people not making a sound. Lin Moyu's behavior at this moment was different from everyone else. His gaze remained calm. While admiring the beautiful scene, he didn't forget to drink wine and eat some snacks. He saw through the essence of the beauty again. It was the power of rules, directly affecting the soul. It influenced everyone's soul, making them feel that the scene was incredibly beautiful, even losing their reaction. Because of this, the scene of the secret realm opening became a rare spectacle in everyone's eyes. It was a scene seen by the soul, beautiful but not real. Only his soul, having reached the beyond realm, was unaffected. Lin Moyu looked at it from another perspective, knowing that all of this was related to the ancient talisman in the secret realm. This indicated that the ancient talisman also had the ability to confuse the soul, somewhat similar to the black water talisman. He also thought of the poison in the secret realm. As long as one left the secret realm, the poison would disappear, which was against common sense. Lin Moyu speculated that the poison was not real but an illusion, a soul-level illusion. Moreover, this illusion might be at the level of rules, making it impossible to distinguish between real and fake. Of course, this was just his speculation and needed further verification. The formation continued to deform in the explosion, becoming increasingly exaggerated. A lot of power had already leaked from the formation, making it increasingly weak and approaching its limit. Lin Moyu saw that many of the god's sovereign warships had problems. Cracks appeared on the surface of the warships, their ore weakening, and the formation weakening accordingly. The god's sovereign warships were overburdened and had reached their limit. Lin Moyu's heart tightened, realizing something was wrong. He instinctively wanted to leave, but now, nearly 10 million people here were all influenced by the power of the secret realm, still admiring the beautiful scene. Suddenly, Lin Moyu realized he was overreacting. If there were real danger, the Human Emperor Network would not sit idly by. These millions of strong individuals could be considered the future of the human race. How could they be allowed to die? If these people really died, it would be a severe blow to the human race. Lin Moyu resumed drinking his wine and picked up a peanut. He knew the human race must have a backup plan. Gaps appeared in the formation, like a balloon suddenly punctured, with air rapidly leaking out. The formation is about to break. Lin Moyu's heart tightened. Although he knew the human race had a backup plan, he was ready to leave at any moment, taking Xiao Sheng, the Qingzhen Taoist, and Luo Feiyu with him. Lin Moyu never liked to entrust his life to others. He only trusted himself. At this moment, a figure appeared in front of the formation. Lin Moyu's tense heart instantly relaxed. He knew everything would be fine. So this is the backup plan. Lin Moyu felt he was indeed overthinking, worrying unnecessarily. The Maple Forest secret realm had opened many times in history, and the human race had long had countermeasures, ensuring no accidents would occur. The person raised a hand and lightly pressed, instantly repairing the formation. At the same time, a vast power permeated, easily calming the chaos. The fireworks dissipated, and everything gradually returned to calm. This is the power of the Beyond Realm, the power of rules. It's truly terrifying. Although Lin Moyu didn't understand the power of rules, he could sense that the power of rules from the Beyond Realm forcibly changed the rules of the explosion. Changing the rules, eliminating the explosion from its root. Such a method was too advanced, achievable only by the Beyond Realm. People gradually regained their senses, and everyone saw the figure in front of the formation. She wore a light yellow palace dress, peerlessly elegant. Her entire being exuded an indescribable nobility, her aura like the most beautiful goddess in the starry sky, dazzling and radiant. A group of people suddenly knelt and bowed to the woman. Greetings, ancestor. These people were all from the Yu family, bowing to their ancestor. The Yu family ancestor, Lady Yu. At this moment, many god sovereigns also saluted Lady Yu. Greetings, my lady. The god kings were stunned. Who was this peerless woman? Even the god sovereigns addressed her as my lady. I know, she is the Yu family ancestor. The Yu family from the advanced area, that superfamily's Yu family. Indeed, the Yu family ancestor is stronger than the god sovereigns. What level of existence is this? The Yu family ancestor is so beautiful, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, bar none. Wang Feng and Mu Shang also looked at Lady Yu with fascination. Wang Feng had never seen such a beautiful woman. Lady Yu's beauty was beyond words. Naturally, he felt admiration for Lady Yu. This was normal. Among the god sovereigns and god kings present, many had similar thoughts. Lady Yu was noble, beautiful, powerful, almost perfect. As a woman, Mu Zhang's gaze was more of admiration. She saw Lady Yu as her role model, aspiring to become someone like her. Lady Yu's gaze swept over the crowd and finally stopped at a certain spot. A gentle voice floated from her lips, little friend Lin, long time no see.